What We Watch After Dark. My name's Nathan, aka the Midnight Joker. And today we're going with the 1985 movie Legend. It starred Tom Cruise, Mia Sara, and Tim Curry, David Bennett, Alice Playton, Billy Barton, Cork Herbert, Peter O'Frell, Richard Picardo. So those were the main players. The director was Ridley Scott, and the writer was William Hortzberg. It's a fairy tale story, an original fairy tale story, about a demon who seeks to create eternal light by destroying the last of the unicorns. And one of his little greasy little friends ends up almost killing one of the unicorns by taking its horn. And then the horn, for some reason, has a lot of power and they can zap things, but that's cool. Tom Cruise plays Jack, and he's just kind of like a woods boy kind of thing. It's a little like a Dungeons and Dragons thing, but without the group. Mia Sara plays the girl from town or whatever, and she is absolutely gorgeous in this movie. Great actress. Tom Cruise does a good job, but I'll tell you who stole the show. Tim Curry has darkness. He did such a well job. They had a lot of prosthetics on him, and he even had to soak afterwards to get the spirit tape off, or spirit gum. Well, now we know a little bit about the actors. Let's go ahead and roll the trailer. Roll them.
Through the ages, the powers of good and evil have been at work amongst us. Through the passages of time, many have attempted to probe and distinguish between myth and fact. What is innocence? What is purity? What is corruption?
Look, ugly one-horned mule.
What is evil? We still search for the answer. The confrontation between the forces has captured the imaginations of civilization's greatest philosophers, poets, and writers.
Judge her with your heart, not your eyes.
Now, through the cameras of one of the most innovative filmmakers of our generation, comes a motion picture to fire the spirit, to excite the senses, to captivate the eye. I am darkness. Ridley Scott's Legend.
Welcome back. Wow, that looks great to me. I thought it was. It does have a small. It gives. I don't feel like that it was very spacious. It was all kind of like, there's the woods, there's the cave, there's the darkness. And so that's one thing I would say against it. But the makeup that Tim Curry had and his performance of such a commanding jerk, but the story was a little, it lacked a little bit. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Some interesting things about the film. This movie was interrupted 2 times because once it was because the studio burnt down, and secondly, Tom Cruise's father passed away during this movie. Tom Cruise didn't like the American cut, and this is walking a line for me on actors and stuff. And so I feel like that he's not talking bad. He just doesn't like the cut. Jack takes the Princess Mia Sarah to touch the unicorn was filmed in the garden of Pinewood Studios. Again, doing something like that in that garden, they made it as spacious as possible, but, you know, I still felt like it was just a small area. I don't know. Ridley Scott saw Rocky Horror Picture Show and was so inspired he hired Tim Curry. He thought about Richard O'Brien, but ultimately Curry got the role. Ridley Scott said that he got a lot of his inspiration from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Fantasia, Bambi. There was a false rumor going around back in the day that it was taken from the game Legend of Zelda, which is not true. Ridley Scott discovered Mia Sarah in a casting session and was impressed by her good theatrical instincts. The armor that Jack ends up wearing are bottle caps that they've flattened. If you go to the Dallas Art Museum, I believe they have a suit made of bottle caps. But, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, the sound that the unicorn is actually making is recording humpback whales. Ridley Scott admits that comments made by some pot smoking attendees at the screening got him second guessing himself and influenced him to cut this movie from 2 hours and 30 minutes, so actually more like an hour, to 1 hour and 38 minutes. Man, don't always listen to us. Working title was Legend of Darkness. I thought the cast had a really good. It looks beautiful, and if you look at this film as an experimental film and not a storytelling film, but maybe a visual kind of a thing, then yeah, I mean, visually, I would give it an 8. I mean, it looks awesome. But in the bigger scheme of things, the set looked real small to me. And maybe it was because they had to wait and the studio burnt down and whatever. Tim Curry really is, this is my favorite performances of him. It's why I watch it. Him and Mia Sarah have some great chemistry. Well, guys, that does it for this one. I want you to know that I would like you to like and subscribe, or if you can't do both, you just can choose one. Subscribe for me, please. I love you guys. We have 260 devoted followers now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Things are going well and moving slow but good. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. I also want you to know that I love you, each and every one of you, like a brother or a sister. Like, I love you guys. I think by spreading love helps you feel loved. Anyway, I also want you to remember to love yourself. Love who you are. Embrace it. And accept it, because this is it. And the last thing, get you some pudding.